Hello, citizens of the internet, and welcome to the Dad's Guide to Minecraft. Let's play. Well, today we are going to be closing out Season 1 of the Dad's Guide to Minecraft Let's Play. And we are just going to do that by doing a little end busting. That's right, we're going to go through this little portal behind me there, the end gateway. See where it takes us to some end islands. See if we can find a end city with a end ship on it, so we can get our elytra and some shulker shells. And then I think we're gonna go ahead and finish off the series with a quick little tour of what we've done so far this season. And during the whole time, I'll be answering a couple questions that I got in my Q&A that I asked people watching to submit. So if finishing out Series 1 of the Dad's Guide sounds like a plan, then let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to show how to get to the end cities and the safest ways to do that. This right here is the end gateway. And as I said at the end of the last episode, we're going to need to make a safe way to get up there and then a little platform so we don't, when we come back through it, don't fall to our death, which is no bueno. So we're not going to do that. But we also need to make sure that we have enough ender pearls, because ender pearls are handy. That's how you get into the end gateway. That's how we'll get back through the end gateway. And it's also, sometimes we'll want to use ender pearls to get to different places along the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a little thing here where we, kill these readily available dudes around here, because this is how you get end pearls, by staring at these dudes. And you can just stay in your little hut here, and they come up, and you hit them, and you do this until they get you a whole bunch of end pearls. So I'm going to go ahead and just collect these end pearls, and I'll cut back after I have a good stack of them here. Okay, and there we have over 2 stacks of ender pearls, and I think that is going to be enough for this little phase of our journey. So let's go ahead and keep going here. The next thing we're going to do is build our little safe area on our end gateway here. So, you want to pick a spot that you think you can, build a nice staircase up from. So we'll go to our little blocks here, and we're just going to, do a little staircase up like this, and try not to look at Endermen as we go up, because they will come up here and knock us off, and that's not good. So we don't want to do that. Just come up like this. Let's see how high we need to go. And when you start getting over the void, it starts getting really scary, because there is almost no coming back from that. Being able to ender pearl is about the only thing that you can do to get back up to here. And often I am not quick enough to switch to an ender pearl to do that. So I'm going to try to be as careful as I can as I go up, so I don't lose everything I have. But remember, we have that backup of all of our armor and weapons, and I have some more ender pearls in the end chest. All right, here we are. Okay, so let's go back here, and we'll build off of this area right here. So let's go ahead and put a platform around, and this is going to be our catch me if I fall platform, because we don't want to fall into the void. Let's see here, coming back around like that. Okay, and we'll go ahead and fill the rest of this in as well. Like this. So I gotta have more than that. There we go. All right, so how do we get up here? What we're gonna do is let's go ahead and build a little staircase. Let's do it like right here. So we'll come up. And we want to kind of be even with this so we have a good shot. But we're going to go ahead and also put a block right here like that. And then we can also do one on this other side if we want to. But what we want to do is have a area where we can throw our ender pearl against, so we don't have to worry about it throwing past this little point here and ender pearling accidentally into the void. Like we miss this area, so we want it to hit something solid behind here. So having a little wall that we're throwing against is always a good idea. And I think this platform should be fine for us to land on. We could also, let's go ahead and get rid of this one here. We could make it a little bit larger, but I think this will be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and go through. And all you do for this is you just grab your ender pearl and throw it into the void. And there we are. We are now magically teleported to one of the end islands. And here's our way back. It'd be a good idea to build a little stairway up to here as well. But as you walk away from the center of where the center island is, and you walk looking for end cities, the more of these will pop up. So what we're going to do is, just in case, we're going to go ahead and we're going to leave kind of a trail of torches, so we know which direction we're going and which direction we've been, because, I mean, you can look around here. Everything really starts to look the same after a while, and it can get really, really, really confusing quickly about where you've been and which direction you headed. So we are just going to go ahead and, do this, like drop torches down every once in a while and get across here. And this is one of those areas where you can build a bridge if you want to, or you can ender pearl across. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to keep on ender pearling across like that. So we know, with the torches, we know which direction we've been. If we run out of torches, we'll want to put down other types of markers like blocks, so we know that we've been in that direction before. And as we're just kind of aimlessly wandering around looking for cities, I might as well go ahead and talk about some of the questions that I got. So question 1 comes from Secregentus, and they ask, is iron armor okay in the new Nether update to fight the mobs with in the Nether? I imagine that's talking about hoglins and piglins, or should they bring diamond armor? And I would say that as long as you have a gold helmet or gold boots on, you are pretty much good to go. I would take advantage of also some of the mechanics with the soul fire and the warped fungus, because you can definitely keep hoglins at bay and away from your kind of areas that you're building in if you have warped fungus around. And the soul fire is good for obviously keeping the piglins away too, so those work well. And yeah, iron armor, that's what I basically use most of the time, and then diamond when you get it, and then netherite when you can upgrade that too. So yeah, I would say that's good. The next question comes from the Netherite Ninja, and they ask, what was my favorite episode to record? And I have to say, the things that I love to record the most, like the ones that I enjoy making the most, are usually ones where I'm building villages. So like the ethical villager breeder, I had a blast doing that. And I think in this next season, I'm probably going to do more custom villages and cool things like towns with villagers, because I do want to make a really neat siege-proof kind of thing from the raids that happen from the pillagers. So I think that would be kind of cool to have a a nice village for that kind of activity. And then also some other cool creative villages, like maybe a swamp village or a jungle village. So we can start getting some of those unique villager skins in the game. And my next question comes from Big Easy MC. And Big Easy asks, what can we expect from Season 2 and any big plans? That's a great question. I wish I could tell you that I thought that far in advance, but I have not. I like I said before, I do want to do probably more village builds. I'd like to do a raid, and also maybe an enchanted forest design. I've done some videos on mushroom houses and things like that, and castles, and I think maybe having a build that is more fantasy focused might be really cool. It really is going to depend on the type of environment that I spawn in, and I also want to do a wither fight. Believe it or not, I have never done a wither fight. I'm someone who likes to play early game, and usually by the time you would want to have a beacon, I'm already starting the next game. So we will go ahead and push this one a little bit further. And since we're starting at the beginning of a new update, we should have plenty of time to have the world mature and get to the point where having beacons are really necessary for some really big builds. And yeah, and anything else, anybody out there who's listening to this, please leave a comment and suggestions of something you'd like to see in Season 2. And the last question is from a good Minecraft friend of mine, Wheel Assassin. And he asks, who or what inspired me to make YouTube videos? And, that's a good question. I think I watched so many videos with my son because he was into Minecraft. I just, got inspired by watching the Hermitcraft folks. I love Grian's videos. And I don't know. I really like the kind of like the camaraderie and the teamwork, and that'd be fun to do at some point in time. Some kind of collaboration with other YouTubers would be really fun. But I have to say it's watching them, and I've always been kind of a curious person about how things work, and I like to know how to do things. So I saw this as a challenge to learn how to do something new, and I really enjoy it, and I think it's fun, and it's a neat way of creating. And thanks, Wheel, for that question. And I do want to say really quick something about Wheel Assassin. He's been such a not only inspiration but also an encouragement to me along the way. He was like one of the first persons to subscribe to my channel when it was just basically me and a couple friends that were the only subscribers to my channel, and he's been nothing but helpful, doing shout outs and just encouraging me along the way, and always just cheering me on. And there isn't a nicer YouTuber out there. So thank you so much for making this possible, Wheel, and I look forward to working with you in the future. But here we are. We're at our first end city, and this one is a doozy. See how big it is? They're kind of like, they start off small and they grow up, kind of like the chorus plants do here. And this one has a ship, and the ships are where you get, it's going out of frame there, but that's where you get the Elytras. So this is where things could go sideways. These are not easy to survive. So we're going to kind of take it slow as we go through, and I'm probably going to cut here and there just because it gets pretty repetitive. But I'll show the highlights. Our bow is our friend on this adventure. So we are going to use our bow to take out shulkers. Shulkers are these like box-shaped purple things that shoot out spit that makes you levitate in the air and does a pretty decent amount of damage. And so we're going to try to get those. And that's where you get shulker shells from. Easy to say. Which are an ideal storage mechanism, especially for late game. So we're going to go ahead and grab some of those. There's typically shulkers as you work up the structure, and there's usually a couple on the outside near the door. And we're going to be careful as we go around corners here not to set them off too much. There's our achievement, the city at the end of the game, which is exactly what this is. So let's see what we got around here. Yeah, see there's a shulker right there. Let's go ahead and take the guy out. And that's the levitating spit. And you can shoot those. You can hit them with your swords. You can block them with shields. And they're like homing missiles. So we want to go ahead and switch charge. Oh, and he got me. So I got hit once. They will also knock you back too when they hit you. So sometimes you can actually use that to your advantage. There we go. Got the 2 shulkers at the beginning of the gateway here, and there's going to be we got the 2 shulkers at the beginning of the doorway here, and they'll teleport occasionally too. So you'll hit them a couple times and they'll disappear, and they'll be, oh, there we go. Here's more. So let's get this guy. All right. And like I said, you can use sometimes the levitation to your advantage. It does do damage to you, so be very aware of where your health bar is, and also that you're positioning your feet above solid surfaces. Because I can tell you how many times I've levitated up through one of these passageways right here, only to fall straight right down the middle and die. And yeah, we don't want to do that. So often you have these like little areas here where it's basically like a little parkour course. You just jump from side to side, and to stop yourself from falling straight down all the way, occasionally I'll go ahead and put a block in the middle like that, just so if I fall down, I don't go all the way back down to the bottom. And in the middle, it doesn't interfere with your jumping around the corners. So we want to keep track of where we are with these guys, and we can go ahead and shoot them as we go up as well. And this is a good place to kind of hide out. There's a lot of them in here. So we're going to position ourselves over here real quick. Take these guys out. There we go. Didn't do too much damage there. And we can always come down later and get the shulker shells before they despawn. So we can do that as soon as we drop back down here again. This is where feather falling also comes in handy, because you do a lot of these drops like that. There's one right up there. These right here are end rods. These are lighting sources, and they break really easy, so you can just use your sword and grab these along the way. They are also how you parkour up here, which is crazy on how to get up here, but you have to basically come around this corner, jump, 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 and work your way up this direction. Or you can allow the shulkers to hit you and just continue to levitate up. I want to see if I can get the shulker shell right there. Okay. And we'll go ahead and let one of these guys hit us and take us up, because it makes it a lot easier than having to parkour up. Oh man. Well, I can't leave shulker shells. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this, and then I'll cut back once I am up here. All right, and I was levitated up to the top, and here is our first little treasure chest area. And they usually have, I mean, these things have some good loot in them. Let's go ahead and take this guy out so we don't keep on getting hit in the back. All right. But we have gold. We'll take that. Depth strider boots. And we got some fire protection and kind of, okay, unbreaking 3 pickaxe. That's good. And we have, of course, the beetroot, because apparently end city dwellers love beetroot. But I always like to grab chests. As you've been watching the series, you know I'm a someone who grabs chests. And ooh, some diamonds and diamond sword with Curse of Vanishing. Not that great, but hey, it's a diamond sword nonetheless. And protection 3. So we're actually getting a good set of iron armor here for us. And we have a couple offshoots. Like we went up a little bit here. And we have a building over this direction and another one over this direction as well. So I think what we're going to do is come back down and we'll go ahead and explore these two offshoots and see if I can find this guy here. And I'll cut back if I hit another interesting area. And here we are at one of the more robust treasure rooms, we'll say. It always has a regular chest and a ender chest in it. Let's go grab this shulker shell really quick here. Look at the regular chest first. Okay, we got some emeralds, another chest plate, and a Fortune 3 Efficiency 5 pickaxe. That is a good pickaxe. And more beetroot. I should start a farm here, beetroot farm. But inside the ender chest, look, it's our stuff. So we can go ahead and I don't think we can actually combine anything here. I can take the arrows out. I am definitely going to put this pickaxe in here because that is a great pickaxe. And maybe, let's see, what else can I take out of here? I don't need a boat. And I don't really care about those glass bottles. And what else? I think that's pretty much right there. But we can go ahead and just grab all the cool stuff as we go along and put it in the ender chest. And if you remember, I left my Silk Touch pickaxe in here. So we can go ahead and pick this up if we want to and keep on grabbing ender chests too. It's really up to you as you go through here. I'm just gonna, for the interest of time, I'm just gonna keep on exploring and see if we find anything else. And then if not, nothing too interesting, I'm gonna go ahead and go over to the ship. So I'll cut back after that. Okay, and after you've cleared out most everything to get up to this area here, this is the gateway over to the ship, and there's a couple things you want to do. First thing, there's always two shulkers right here. I would use your bows and do some well-placed shots, and it's all kind of like random timing because they open and close. But if you shoot when they're closed, a lot of times they'll be open by the time the arrow gets over there. That's why having an infinity bow is awesome for this. See, like they shut up sometimes randomly. There we go. Got that guy. And we got this guy up here we need to get. It's one. I think we need to hit him about 4 times. Just keep on peppering this guy with arrows here. Okay, 3 times. All right, and then what we do is we get our ender pearls. You can build a bridge over here if you want, or you can aim at the mast area here with a crow's nest and give it a chuck. And there you go. You're over at the ship. Whoa, that was close, but we made it. And there's a couple things here that we want to get. There's one more shulker right down in here guarding the Elytra. And here's some potions if you want. And he's right there. So we can go ahead and take this guy out. Same as we have the other ones. Like I said, bow and arrow works the best. There we go. And here is what you've been waiting for the entire time, the Elytra. Okay, let's go ahead and grab it. There we go. And we have the Elytra. Nice. And you can put this on instead of your chest plate like that, and you have your little wings. And you can glide with that. And we can make rockets later on and fly around with our little Elytra. But I'm going to go ahead and put this armor back on for right now. And we got, let's see, anything cool in here. That's a really good iron axe. And we got a really good set of boots as well. Okay, and the very last thing we're going to get for our trophy for our end busting exercise is the Ender Dragon head, which is always on the very front of the ship itself here. And sometimes these suckers drop, so we're going to crouch down and get really close to it like this and grab it. Yes. All right, we got the Ender Dragon head. So let's take a look at this bad boy in action. It's somewhat ridiculous, but let's go ahead and put it on. Oh yeah, check that out. That is styling and cool. And that brings us to the end of today's episode and season 1 of the Dad's Guide. Can you believe it? Thank you so much to everybody who has been watching and supporting me and encouraging me along the way. It has been such a pleasure to just interact with people who love Minecraft as much as I do. I couldn't thank you enough, actually. So if you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button, smash that notification bell so you don't miss an upcoming episode. Season 2 will be coming out very soon as 1.16 officially drops. I'll be doing a new world. And if you've enjoyed this episode and other episodes in this series and you want to send some support my way, click that like button. It helps the channel grow. It really helps out just a ton. So until next time, this has been Dad's Guide Season 1, signing off. Bye for now.